Hi everybody, welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in British Columbia, Canada. And you can find me online at stampingwithmelva.com. It's Saturday and every Saturday I jump on and do a project, make a project with you. Today I'm using the Rhino Ready bundle, which is a new bundle from the March online exclusives. So these are only available in my online store. And it's just such the sweetest little bundle. I love these little rhinos. I played with it before. I think the last time I used the Radiating Stitches dies, which is also part of the online exclusives. But today I'm just going to use the bundle. I'm going to do some masking because when I saw these little rhinos, I thought you absolutely had to have more than one. And what could be cuter than having one of them peeking out through the grass that's in the stamp set. So that's my plan. We'll see how it works. I'm going to use the color combination that I used the other night in my card because I really love Blackberry Bliss and Smoky Slate together. And then I'm going to add some Old Olive to it. So yeah, so hopefully you'll enjoy the card. We'll see how it turns out. I always have ideas and then sometimes they turn out and sometimes they don't. Most of the time they turn out. All right. So this is the Rhino Ready bundle. It is a rubber stamp. It's got these 3 cute little bundles and then some great sentiments. And then I learned the other night, I thought this was a little arm because I thought, oh, that's perfect for this. You're stronger. I thought that was a muscle. It's actually one of those little horns that when you blow it, it kind of unravels. So somebody told me that on live the other night. Thank you. And also, these little birds, apparently the rhinos have very poor eyesight and the little birds are always on the rhino's back and it helps them protect them from enemies, which is all very cool. And I had no idea. So I learned all sorts of things the last time I used this. I think it was Felicia that actually told us about it. So, and she actually had the name of this little bird. I can't remember it, but they are so cute. So I'm going to use this one because it's got the little bird. And then I'm going to use this one, this little image, and have him poke out from behind. Then the dies that go with this are really cool. So you can actually, of course, cut out the stamped images, the grass, even this little blow up, a little bird. But you could also cut out some trees. So a tree trunk, 2 different sizes of tree trunks, 3, I think, different sizes. Or 2 different sizes of the kind of over the branches, the leaves over top of it. A cute little birthday hat. Birthday hat. Some nice little, I love these. These kind of coordinate if you're wanting to with the tropical leaf bundle. So that one you can stamp and punch out the largest one of these, but these leaves kind of go with that. All right, so we're gonna use this. Let's get these dies out of the way. I've already gone ahead and cut out the leaves, the branches, these and the tree trunks just so that they were done. I'm not sure if I'm going to use both of those or not. I also cut out some of the kind of plants, the big stems. I'm not sure I'm going to use those because after I cut those, stamped and cut those out, I had an idea of doing the masking. So I've got a piece of Blackberry Bliss cardstock that's cut 5.5 by 8.5, and we'll score it at 4 1/4. And then grab my bone folder. So if you're watching, let me know where you're watching from. Give me a thumbs up. If you aren't subscribed to my YouTube channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you get notified when I go live or post another video. All right, so we've got our card base, and then I've got a piece of Smoky Slate that's cut 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then I've got a piece, I was going to cut this 3 3/4 by 5, but I've actually cut it, what did I do? 3.5 by 4 3/4, just so you see a little bit more of the Smoky Slate. So that's what we're going to use for the moment. So I'm going to, you know what? I've lost my little piece. He's got to be here. oh no, there it is. Okay, so I went ahead and stamped on a piece of masking paper. Hey Sue, welcome. The these stems, this plant, because that's what I want my rhino to kind of be peeking out from. So you could use the die to cut it out, but one tip for you is you want to cut really close to the lines on your piece that you're going to mask. I'm just going to cut a little bit more out of this. So if you use your dies, you want to make sure that you actually use your paper snips after you've cut it out, because the dies will cut out and leave some extra lines, or sorry, extra white around it. And this is kind of falling apart on me, but I'm going to use it anyway. So when you cut out your masking, so you stamp and then cut out your little piece of masking paper, go with your paper snips and cut out real close to the lines, because if you don't, you're going to get some shadowing around it when you stamp. Okay, so what we're going to do is I am going to stamp using Old Olive. So I want my leaf image to be kind of the focal point. So what you want to do is you want to stamp that image that is going to be in front. And so in this case, it's going to be in front of this cute little rhino. Maybe I will put it on that side. I'm just going to kind of play around with it for a minute. I'm on my grid paper and test it out. Hey, Maya, welcome. Oh, goodness, welcome from the Netherlands. Betty, hey, Betty. Hey, Nancy, Betty, I hope it's not snowing in Calgary. All right, so we're just going to take, and I'm not going to mask this, but I'm going to stamp. Mostly I'm just trying to see how close or how much above where I want my, that's pretty good. So I'm just testing out to see where I want my rhino to be. And I may actually move him over a little bit. So when I actually stamp the rhino on top of the masking paper, you won't see all of the lines, but I'm just kind of testing it out to see where I want to put my stamped image on my piece of basic white. So use your grid paper, use a scrap, but I'm going to just kind of put him, or not him, put the plant here, and then I'm going to take my masking paper. Now this is quite sticky, so be careful. You can actually kind of de-stick it by rubbing it on your pant legs, or just gently put it down. Don't, it's not like you're going to it's not like you're really wanting this to stick hard. So I just kind of very gently put it down on my paper, and then I will lift it off very gently. Okay, so let's see if we can get Mr. Rhino to be kind of just sneaking a peek. There we go. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to color my rhino before I remove my masking paper. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I don't want my plants to be colored. So I'm using smoky slate. I think rhinos are kind of gray in color, kind of a dirty gray often. So maybe even gray granite would be good. But I'm just going to hopefully not color the plants, leave his eyes. Hopefully not too much snow, Betty. Yeah, these rhinos are so cute. I love the expressions. They're just... And if you're careful, I've got some of my plants kind of sticking up, so I'm trying to be very careful and not get underneath it. But if you're careful, you can actually probably just color right over it. So I'm going to try. It's kind of hard to see. I'm going to try and not color the horn, because I want my horn to be kind of a creamy color. There isn't going to be much blending on this rhino. There we go. Hopefully that's oh, there's a piece. Let's do this. Now let's just put a little bit of dark. So just kind of a little bit of blending where I can see under his eyes. Not going to worry too much on his tail, maybe on his ears, make them a little bit darker. But if you don't do this while you've got your masking paper on, you're going to have a hard time, I think, when you try and color and not get over the plants. Okay, so I'm going to gently just pick up this take your pick tool, and then gently, actually maybe I can pull it from the top. Pull off this. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to try and use a little bit of, I'm going to use Pear Pizzazz and the light, oh, that's light oil. That works. So I'm just kind of going to go over these leaves. Just to add a little bit of color. And then I can probably try and fill in the gaps with my Stampin' blends. All right, so I've got a gap in here that I'm going to just try and fill in with my Stampin' blend. I think it's Rhino. Actually, I think it's the horn, and I just colored over my horn. Oh well. Okay, that's good. Let's do the Rhino's horn in a different color. Maybe we'll use Crumb Cake. Actually, I have light Crumb Cake here. So this is the Rhino's horn. So we'll just put the Rhino's horn. Oh, it's not going to show. Let's do it in dark. Dark. That is the hard part of this, is just trying to keep track of what needs to be colored and what doesn't. But we're just going to kind of fill in these. So make it look like he's really behind the plants. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to go over this a little bit more. Just, that's my light. Just to kind of, where I tried to blend and didn't do a very good job of it, just so it isn't so dark. It will dry a little lighter. Okay, well, there we go. There's the Rhino, the pecan. Pecan. And now we'll do the other Rhino because he's so cute. So this is the Rhino. I just want to see. There we go. That's pretty straight. This is the Rhino with the, so we're going to put him partly on and partly not on. There we go. Just, oh, he's all on. All right. So we're going to color him. We'll do him in Smoky Slate as well. They're so cute. I like it when they're big images. You can use the blending or the big brush end of your Stampin' blends. So when you do this and you've got this plant image, for example, where you've got some pretty small little, stems, leaves, maybe practice on another piece of paper. Just probably would have helped me figure out what part was what and what needed to be colored, but I think it's okay. Okay, so we've got him. Let's do some just blending. Now in this one, the concept artist has kind of given us a few lines that you can just use to do some blending. Makes it much easier for them because they've done the work of figuring out, where the shadows and where the lines would be. So like that, and then let's make him match, although we use the light Crumb Cake for his horn. I think it's probably got some pink to it. Okay, so then I grabbed some yellow. I think I've got This is dark so saffron. So we'll just do the little bird in dark so saffron. Riding on. And I don't know what color toenails of rhinos are, but let's make them dark petal pink. That's kind of cute. There we go. All right, there we've got our rhinos kind of colored. Now let's put the sentiment on. What did I think I was going to? Oh, I know. I was going to use the sentiment that says it's a great day, because these guys just look like they're having so much fun. Let's see how straight this is. I always test out my especially when it's a rubber stamp, to see how straight it is. Hopefully I've got it pretty straight. There we go. We're going to put it on that. And then I'll put my trees on in just a minute. So we'll glue this on. Sandy, yes. Well, I did, yeah, I, you know, one trick is if you stamp your sentiment on and it's crooked, or you don't like how it's stamped, then stamp it on some scrap paper, cut it out or punch it out or use a die cut, and then put it over top. That's my theory. So there's always a way to recover. Okay. All right. Oh, and I didn't bring a piece of cardstock, basic white for the inside of the card, so I'll have to finish that later. All right, so I already cut these trees out. So I think I'm going to use the smaller kind of tree, and I'm going to put this here. Let's see. If you've got the adhesive back, no, not adhesive back, adhesive sheets, that works really well on these really tiny little pieces. I'm going to put this up a little higher, which is going to look a little weird, but maybe what I'll do is I'll do that and then put this tree behind. Okay, so I'm going to use a little bit of glue. So adhesive sheets work really well, but I would have had to thought about that before I cut these out. So I'm just going to take a little bit of glue, put it like that. The glue will dry, and if it still shows when you've got your when it's dry, and you've got an adhesive eraser, just use that to kind of pick the glue off or rub the glue off. All right, I'm going to use mini dimensionals on this leaf, branch, no, not branches, leaves, leaf, overhang leaf. I'm not sure what you call that, but anyway, I just love these dies. All right, and then we're just going to put this, kind of hide it a little bit. So we'll put this one down a little bit, and we'll use dimensionals on this one. So I've got my mini dimensionals out. That's what we'll use. There we go. I always have a hard time with the backing on the mini dimensionals and actually getting them off of here. I don't know, my fingers are just too big. So I use my take your pick tool. There we go. Oh, I got a little spot there. Oh dear. Okay, you can't see that. All right, I thought I would use, these are the brushed brass. They're a hard word. Brush brassed. The leaves of the, yeah, there we go. Brushed brass butterflies. And I just thought these little butterflies would be very cute. Now, okay, let's put one there. And we're going to use a little one because I've got a little bit of splodge of ink, so we'll cover that up. So we'll just put some butterflies on the card base. All right, and since I don't have some basic white, I will finish the inside of the card later. But there we go. That's my rhinos peeking out from behind the plant using masking paper. So hopefully you'll give that a try. I love playing with masking paper, and it just seems to be that the rhinos are should be kind of peeking peeking out from something because they're so cute. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you join me. So if you are interested, I have a Stampin' Chat tonight at 6:30 for an hour, a couple hours, depending on who joins and how long you want to be on. Just bring your projects and work along with me. The Zoom link will get posted on my Facebook group page and Instagram this afternoon. So hopefully you'll join me and I'll get some stuff done. I always like to just kind of chat and craft together. Tomorrow I'll be live at 12 noon, and so hopefully you'll join me then. Hope you have a great weekend, everybody. Happy stamping. Bye.